What's up everybody and welcome to an update video. There's a few things I do want to talk about. Basically, it's the end of summer, at least for me. I go to school this coming week, so this weekend it's like prep for school and everything like that. I am a college student, double majoring in economics and psychology. I hate when people say they go to college but don't say their major. I don't know, maybe that's just a me thing. Regardless, there's a few things I do want to talk about in this video, basically the future of the channel and one other big thing. So let's just get it out of the way. Basically, I set up a Patreon. I have a feeling I'm going to get a lot of flack for this or mixed responses, but more or less, if you're not interested in contributing on Patreon, skip ahead in this video. On screen right now, I'll put on where I stopped talking about it. I created a Patreon because as I go back to school, it's going to be increasingly hard for me to maintain the amount of uploads I do currently over the summer. Basically, this summer I took YouTube much more seriously, started doing it full time, and I had a pretty good amount of success from that. With all that being said, I didn't make a ton of money from that, although I did grow my channel. If you're curious, and frankly, if I'm going to ask people for money, I feel like I should be a little bit more transparent, but I make above minimum wage on YouTube, but under $2,000 a month as of right now. My Patreon's less about the money and more about what the money's going to allow me to do. I want to put that money towards the channel and in particular towards editors. Basically individuals who will be able to take on some of the tasks of creating videos. Right now the process of making a video is very time intensive, but a lot of that is B-roll and just simple editing. It's more tedious than creative. The creative parts only take about an hour while all the other parts will take another 2 hours, and that's more or less per video. Filming B-roll, getting the right shots, and editing it all together with the right songs is a huge amount of the time I spend every single day, and while I'm in college, I can't maintain it to the level I do today. I think a Patreon will help me with this. Basically, I'm going to put money aside to give different editors for some bigger projects. I do want to stress the point that I'm not doing this to get money in my pocket. I want to reinvest all this money back into the channel and help it grow further. I specifically didn't make this video until the end of the summer because during the summer, as I was doing YouTube full time, it was my job. How could I ask for money to do my job? But now, as I go back to being a full-time student, a Patreon would basically alleviate some of the requirements with doing YouTube videos full-time. With all that being said, I don't expect a lot from it. Really, any amount of money I'll be really grateful for. Some of the different rewards I do have oriented with it is getting some videos early. For example, I'm going to start my modded survival Let's Play up again. Basically, a lot of people weren't loving that series, so I thought, how could I reformat it? And I have a few new ideas, which should be starting this week, as well as just some miscellaneous videos here and there, as well as I do want to do an entire series dedicated to Patreon. So people on Patreon will help me decide it, and they'll get early access to it. If you're a regular viewer, nothing should change. You'll still get to see all my videos, just some people might be seeing some of them earlier. That's pretty much everything regarding Patreon though. If you have any questions, I really encourage you to comment down below. But that's not all. There's a few other things I do want to talk about in this video. First and foremost, it is how my channel will probably change a bit as I go back to college. Over the summer, a lot of the times I would make videos on individual mods. You won't be seeing as much of that. Even in the past few weeks, it has slowly began to die down, but that's more to there not being as many good mods as compared to me not having time. Basically, time's going to be a huge restraint going forward, so I'm not going to have all this free time to look at Nexus and Bethesda.net and check out the cool mods being released. You'll see much more 5 cool mods and mods weekly and stuff like that, not as many individual mod videos. Although I will be covering mod updates. That's something I know a lot of people don't do and a lot of people like that I do, so that I'm going to explicitly continue to do. Other than that, everything should remain relatively the same. I'm going to try and maintain my upload schedule as is, but obviously having a lot more to do each day may affect it in certain ways. You'll also probably see a more explicit schedule because I'm going to start pre-recording a lot more as I have free time. So like right now, mostly what I'll do is record B-roll the night before and then audio the morning of and then upload it around noon. Now it'll all probably be done earlier in the week or the night before and then uploaded around noon. And then last but not least is covering other games. Basically moving forward, I do want to continue to cover Skyrim and then move into Skyrim Remastered. That's going to be a huge release with all the different mods coming out. We have about 2 months for that, so I figure that's about 8 weeks of mods weeklies for me to get oriented with the Skyrim universe and be better prepared for that game's release. You should see a few other videos here and there on other games. Like I know I want to make a Battlefield 1 video, but the focus of my channel will continue to be Fallout. That's what you guys like, that's what I enjoy making, so that's what you'll continue to see. That's pretty much it for this one, guys. I just wanted to update you on my changing situation, and I'm sure you'll probably see some changes on the channel going forward due to me going back to school. As always, I thank you for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.